obviously. So they gave me this name, Mashesha. And also, I was trying to let the people in Swaziland know that although Taiwan is a long-term diplomatic friend of this kingdom, but we're not taking this kind of friendship for granted. And also, we are making friends with this country from the king, the leadership, prime minister, as far as I was concerned, down to the bottom level people. So that can somehow diffuse some of the different voice for how come Swaziland is stuck with Taiwan, because and while the majority of African countries, they have diplomatic relations with mainland China, and Swaziland is one of the very few. Now we have only 4 countries left in Africa with which we have diplomatic ties. So I try to convince even some of the so-called opposition people in Swaziland. They were moved. They were convinced by my sincere action, by my it's from the bottom of my heart. We might not be a big country, we might not be a powerful friend in the world, but we are sincere friend. We are sincere, and we never make you cry. We only make you smile.
Yeah. So you've made the king smile a lot. Apparently, you have a pretty good friendship with him.
Well, the king, I was very, looking back, I was very, very honored and very flattered by this kind of, friendship, which has been developed between the king and I, if I may quote the musical, title. Okay. But he himself, the king, His Majesty, and Mswati III, he is a very caring and very kindly personality. He cares about the well-being of the Swazi people and the future of this kingdom.
Yeah. Well, apparently you and your wife are pretty good friends to him, because he made an exception. And what that exception was, that you were saying that normally he doesn't leave his palace.
That's right.
But then, and in order to go to somebody else's home for dinner, but that happened with you and your wife twice.
That's right. Well, that was happened in the first year of my tenure, 2006. In October, we had a National Day reception, and the king, he knew that, the October is our glorious month. And then later, after, the double 10th National Day, so we talk. We've been meeting throughout my 3 years tenure there. The king and I, we met on average about twice or 3 times a month. So, make the long story short, the king agreed to come to my residence for a private dinner, and I thought that was not a big deal for the head of state to have dinner with the foreign ambassador. And later on, I was told that was the unprecedented one. It never happened in the past of Swazi history, because the king, because of his monarch, he was not allowed, according to the tradition, to dine or to lunch or to have breakfast, tea or coffee with any friend outside the royal palace. But the king, and he came to my residence first time, and throughout the 3 years time of my stay there, he came to my residence twice.
Yeah.
And the first time was kept secret.
Oh.
And but the second dinner was somehow accidentally published in the newspaper.
Oh, okay.
But they helped the Taiwan's image, and the king, he loved Chinese food a lot. He was relaxed in my at my residence, and we chatted. And one of the words I recall vividly, His Majesty, he specialized in telling me that the ambassador, our diplomatic relations between Taiwan and the Republic of China and the Kingdom of Swaziland will last not only for years to come, but also for generations to come.
Wow.
After at the dinner table, he said that specifically, and he asked me. He looked very sincere, and I quote his word, reporting back to Taipei.
Yeah, that is great.
Yeah.
So apparently, you also did something great for him. Is that you he asked for a chef
Yes,
in his
that's right.
residence,
That's right.
so that whenever he wants Chinese food, he can have somebody cook for him.
Yeah, he loved Chinese food, and so after the first dinner at my home, and we met at the palace, and he was thankful to my wife. Well, thank you, and for your hospitality. And then, by the way, Ambassador, I love Chinese food. Can you recommend a Chinese chef to serve in the royal kitchen, cooking some Chinese food for me? So then, and I went, I proceeded to Taipei. So as a result,
Mr. Mashesha started moving.
so I think thanks to our government in Taipei and the MOFA, and they arranged with another. So we worked out a Chinese food chef from Taiwan. I think one of the best. So now we have we're having maybe the fourth China, because they still have a term.
Oh, okay.
1 year or extended to 2 years, and after that, we have replaced with another one. So now we glad to see some Taiwanese. It's called a culinary diplomacy.
Yes.
And food diplomacy. And the king seemed very comfortable. Sometimes he went overseas for a state visit.
Yes.
He brought this chef along.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and a special flight.
Oh, wow.
I was never on a special flight, but he was.
So the chef was even more lucky than you are.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, do you think that he was asking for Chinese food every day then?
Not necessarily.
No?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Just wondering.
He doesn't drink alcoholic stuff. He drinks juice. And you know what is his the favorite drink?
Yeah.
Chinese tea.
Oh, really?
I brought him, some Chinese, the best quality Chinese tea from Taiwan.
Yeah.
Once I was teasing him. I say, Your Majesty, this tea is the best quality ever, produced in Taiwan. Would like to, we Taiwanese, after we enjoy the tea, we have a sip of the tea, we feel like a king. And he said, but I'm already a king. Well, I said, you're the king of the kings. He laughed.
You have a good sense of humor. Well, what do you and your wife enjoy the most with doing with the Swazi people?
They are very, Shirley, they are very peaceful, very friendly, and smiling all the time. I really, my wife and I, we were in North America. It's different, because the Swazi people, even some Swazi little kids, we were strolling down near our house on the hill. We took a walk, and then when we walk by, a private household, the little boy, little girl standing outside, they're smiling at us, and after we passed them, when we look back, they're still, hey. They're very cute, very lovely. And the Swazi people, I think they have this kind of a sense of gratitude. Before my departure in 2009, when the news report, carried this news, the Swazi public, they heard of my upcoming departure.
Yeah.
And I run into a lot of Swazi people in the grocery stores, in the restaurants. Some strangers, they recognize my face. They came to me, say, "Are you Mr. Mashesha?" I said, "Yes,
okay.
I am." "Oh God, don't leave us. We need you." And then the one thing I would like to share with you, if I may, that one of the touching moments my wife and I we have ever experienced on our departure flight from the Banzini Airport to Joburg, 50 minutes flight, and we took off, and then before landing in Johannesburg Airport, the captain made a routine announcement. He said, "Okay, thank you for flying South African Airlines. We're landing at Joburg International Airport, and the ground temperature is blah blah blah."
Right.
I think it's routine, And then he paused for 1 second. "Allow me to take you another few seconds. I would like to thank a special friend of our people, Ambassador Mashesha and his wife, who are on board. And we have to thank them, Ambassador, for what he has done in the last 3 years for our Swazi people." Upon hearing that, my wife got tears, burst out in tears. And I was
I feel like crying now.
Yeah, I even choked with some, with sobs, and I got almost my tear in eyes,
Yeah.
and so I think they are grateful people. They know how to be grateful
Yeah.
to the real friends.
So have you ever gone back to visit them?
No, not yet. But you know, a
No?
lot of Swazi friends, they were in Taiwan. They invited me. I got invited, but now I'm tied up. I'm busy, and
Yeah.
but I think looking down the road in the
Yeah.
future, I hope to be able to go back to this beautiful
Great,
country in
great.
Africa.
Do we have a few Swazis here,
Yes.
like studying or
Yeah,
working?
they are studying in the
Oh, really?
there's the Taipei Medical University.
Wow.
Because I set up the medical mission. Of
Okay.
course, thanks to the government support, we have a Taiwan medical mission. In addition to the long-standing agriculture mission, the Taiwan medical
Okay.
mission now in Swaziland is commissioned by Taipei Medical University.
Oh.
So now at the TMU, there are a number of Swazi students learning, in medicine or pharmacies or health administration.
Oh, I
That's
see.
right. So and also in some other school like Minchuan University
Yes.
as well.
Oh.
Yes.
And what about our students over there?
Not
Is
many.
there- oh, not many.
Yeah, not many.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ambassador Chao. I've learned so much from you
Well.
and also heard all these interesting stories and touching stories from you. It's really great. Thank you for sharing all that, and good luck with whatever you take up in the future.
Yes. Thank you very
Okay.
much, Shirley.
Thank
It's my
you.
pleasure.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching, people. I'm Shirley Lin.